All right, everyone, we are here with a very special guest. We are joined by the beautiful and lovely Brooks Nader. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm so pumped.
We're very excited to have you. I think if you guys don't know Brooks, she's a very successful model, Sports Illustrated, which I feel like is probably the catchiest.
Yeah, that's the punchline.
Yeah,
it's
that's
like, what
big,
are you?
That's the
It's
big
like,
tagline.
I'm a Sports Illustrated model.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise I'm just another model.
Yeah. No, absolutely not.
You got into Sports Illustrated. Did you do the contest? Is that how you
I
did
did the open call. I was like modeling at the time, not really doing that much, doing like shitty jobs, like the hand jobs, not that kind, those kind of hand jobs, but like hand modeling jobs, like the stuff no one
Okay,
wants
and you
to
got
do.
paid for the hand jobs.
I got paid like $500.
Do you have good hands?
I mean, kind of, but I didn't want to do that,
Yeah.
They're like, wait, your face is in it. Move. I'm like,
I've
doing all that
actually
bullshit.
always wanted to be a hand model, and I can't.
yes, you could.
No, I can't. I have bad
She's got the
thumbs.
thumbs.
What? Let me see.
I have bad thumbs. I have toe thumbs.
But Megan Fox has those thumbs.
You know,
She does.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God, yeah,
have
that's
toe
right.
thumbs. So
well, you have Megan Fox's thumbs,
if,
so that's
if
all that
they
matters.
wanted to photograph me like this, then I
Those
have
are beautiful.
great
They're
hands.
stunning.
Yeah,
They're
those are
stunning.
I was in a commercial for Hasbro toys once, and it was just my hands.
Girl,
I was a kid.
whatever pays the bills. Hopefully they paid you well, honestly. But yeah, that's what I was doing. I was doing all that stuff, and then I was like, wait, I kind of want to like take this to the next level and do something cooler. And of course, my agents at the time were like, oh, it's really hard to get into. Like, you could never. Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to the open call then. So my mom came with me. My mom's like this sweet.
And
wholesome-
how old were you when you did this?
I was like 20.
Okay.
Because I just shot my 4th year. So
Okay.
next year would be my 5th. So I was 20 when I did all this. My mom's like a wholesome Christian lady from like Louisiana who's like, oh my God, bikinis. Like, you still are supposed to wear a one piece. And I'm like, Mom, it's way past. It's too far.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just went to the open call. It was like thousands of people. Somehow ended up getting pushed on and on and on, all the levels, and then became like a rookie, I guess, for Sports Illustrated, and that was that. That was like 4 years ago.
How was the feeling like when you got that call? Because we're friendly with Camille Kostick, and she
I love Camille.
went through the same process, and I remember her going through it, and we were
Yeah.
talking.
It's so stressful.
We had a radio show at the time, and we would talk about it constantly. We'd be like, oh, she made it through another round.
Yeah.
She made
And
it
then
through
you're
another
like,
round.
you feel like you keep
we're like,
voting.
how many
There's
rounds
so many
are there?
rounds. No, literally, everyone's like, didn't I already vote for you or something?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
just keep voting, girlfriend.
I remember seeing you like in the contest and being like, this girl's got to win.
well,
like
thank
your pictures were
you.
stunning. Like I actually remember that.
Oh,
so,
that's so nice.
I'm so happy it worked out for
I
you.
know. I'm so happy it worked out. It was amazing. I mean, it still is amazing. It's like the highlight. All the shoots I do, like that's definitely one of my favorites. But yeah, I love Camille. It's so stressful. Like when you're just waiting, and then it gets like catty, like with all the other girls and this and that. But honestly, like all the girls that are actually in Sports Illustrated, like Camille, myself, not, the contest girls are great, but like our year was really catty and everyone got into fights and all that.
Really?
Yeah, like the girls. It was just like, it was a competition. Like,
Yeah.
So 6 of us shot in the Bahamas, and like, we had like the wrap dinner, and then one of those girls is going to come out of it. So like, it's just like everyone's stressed, like who's going to make it out of this?
Right.
But all the girls actually in Sports Illustrated were all actually very close. It's like, I feel like people don't believe me when I say that because there's like so many of us.
Right.
But I feel like SI has like a really good gauge on picking girls that like have the full package. Like, Camille, like big personality, like rep the brand. And I feel like they do a really good job of that. So
I feel like honestly everybody that we've met or talked to or have had on our show that are SI models are great because and you can
so
like
sweet.
you have great conversations and you talk and it's awesome.
A lot of personality.
A lot of personality.
They love
yeah.
personality. Like, you have to, and Camille, never not dancing and all the, I always make fun of her for just doing all that shaking her ass and all these hashtags. I'm like, what is going to be my thing like that, Camille? Because, she's so good at like branding all that. But yeah, it's like stressful waiting and you're like, oh my God, what if I don't make it? Like, am I over as a model?
Yeah.
But I mean, you're not. All those girls end up doing amazing things. But yeah, that's a fun one.
What would you say is like the cattiness? Like, where does that come into play? I'm interested in that because it makes sense. It's not a shocking thing, right?
Right.
You're in a competition with people. You want to be in Sports Illustrated. Where does the cattiness come out?
Some passive aggressiveness.
Yeah, like it's just like, I mean, within the competition, like it's never cattiness, like I said, like with the models. And like this past year, like we helped judge for Swim Search, like what we went through, like me and Camille, and like all the girls were lovely, they were amazing. But like when you have a huge group, like this year it was like 15, like and then they come to us, like the regular, SI models, and they're like, this one did this one did that. And then we're like, oh my God, what do we do with this information? Do we tattle? Do we this? I'm like, well, this is a lot of responsibility. Like, what am I supposed to do? But I feel like my year, it was just like, And I actually came out of that with some girlfriends, like from Brett Michaels' daughter, Rain Michaels, is one of my girlfriends. She was in it that year too with me, like in the competition. She was a little too young. That's, why she didn't become a rookie. But I'm sure one day she'll be an SI model. But other than that, like some of the girls were just like, oh, like I think this girl's going to win. I think this, I think that. Yeah. And just like, oh, well, they were liking her a little more on her shoot day or they're talking to her, not talking to me. I'm not getting enough FaceTime. And it's like, we're all tired. Like, no one wants FaceTime. Like, the editors have been working their asses off for like 8 days. We're at a wrap dinner. Don't try to like, can I have a minute? And like, chat your ear off.
This isn't The Bachelor.
Yeah, no, it's like The Bachelor. And it's like, everyone's like, am I charitable enough? Like, do I do enough for like the world? I don't have like a thing. Like, no died. Like, and I just was like, honestly, if you guys hate me, whatever. I didn't really care. I was like, because my thing is like, I swear everyone goes through trials and tribulations. I mean, we grew up very humble beginnings, super poor, living in Louisiana, but like we don't have any like dead grandparents. Like we have all our grandparents, all our aunts, all our uncles. We're all have all of our limbs. Like we have our arms, our legs. We don't have any of that. But everyone goes through struggles. But I feel like there's so many stories of girls that like overcame like all of this stuff. And I feel like everyone in their head, like at the competition was like, oh my God, like I need to come up with a thing that I like overcame. And I was just like, I'm going to be honest, like, besides being poor when I was growing up, like, I'm pretty good.
It's kind of like when you're filling out those college essays.
Yes.
When you're like trying to get into college and you're like, you have to write the big essay.
Right.
You're like, what am I going to write about compared to
or
what
even
other
the people on
are
the
write about?
I mean, even the people who do go on The Bachelor, they always there's
story.
always something like some big reveal that they have or something.
Right, like I have to tell you, my dog just passed away.
Right,
and they're like, and he's like, bitch, everyone's dog dies. Like, it happens. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's not like a hardship. Like, I loved my dog, but he died.
No, it happens.
It happens. It's life. It's a circle of life.
No, exactly. When you mentioned like somebody comes to you and says, oh, so and so did this. Obviously, the thing that they might have did is fucked up, but then at the same time you're like, all right, why are you even telling me? Like it's a little bit of both. You're like, all right, totally. Don't be a tattletale.
Right, and it's like the littlest shit. It's like she said, is this your first time modeling? And I was like, yeah. And I'm like, babe, literally just say, no, it's not. Like I just brush it off. Like when people like hate me or like, or all you guys could be talking shit about me right now and I'd be like, like I kind of don't pick up on it. And when I do, I'm like, how can they say that? Like I'm always nice to them. You know what I mean? So I just was kind of like, tell me whatever you want to tell me. I actually love the tea too. I'm like, really? Oh my God, tell me more. Yeah. But I don't really do anything with the information because like
you just want to gossip.
Just store it, and I'm like,
I would be the same way. I would be like, wow, I can't believe they did that, and then I would just go
love storing.
And I would just go tell her, and I'd be like, listen to what happened.
Totally.
But I probably wouldn't do anything with you.
Right. Like, what am I going to do? Like, get you kicked off? Like, like The Bachelor? Like, I'm going to tell
not a rat?
my sisters, and we're all going to laugh, and like, then we're going to move on.
So you live in New York.
Yeah, live in New York.
How long have you lived in New York for?
For 5 years.
Love it?
Yeah. No, I love it. I love New York. And actually, now all my sisters, they're all models, and they all live in New York now. We all came from the Bayou, from Louisiana.
Wow.
Living in the Big Apple.
Are you the oldest?
I'm the oldest. Yeah, so we're all within 5 years. There's 4 of us.
Okay. Do you feel protective over them now that they're modeling too?
Yeah, I feel protective, and I also feel like they're like kind of scared of me sometimes because like I'm
scared?
Like the mob boss. I'm like, don't ask me stupid questions.
One
of
Brooke's sisters is in the room with us.
Yeah, she's in here. She's amazing, and I can scare them sometimes, but I feel like it's for their benefit. Like they just moved to New York, and like I don't know. She's a feisty one, my sister who's here, and like she'll get really drunk and like maybe piss off the wrong person that like might stab her. So I'm just like, hey, if you're gonna piss someone off, like pick the sweet girls at Acme that like are wearing a freaking Bottega bag. Don't pick those scary people that you always like to, excuse me. Yeah. So I just those things. I'm like, babe, you're gonna get stabbed. Yeah. Like New York is crazy.
I mean, also, I can only imagine going from Louisiana to New York City.
Oh my God.
And was it always Louisiana to New York City, or did you live somewhere else before New York?
No. When I was 19, I was at Tulane University in New Orleans, and I was like, oh, this is fucking hard. So I come up to New York for an internship with a girlfriend who lived uptown. My parents were like, New York City? Yeah. What? And I'm like, yes, not Times Square where we've stayed once. Like,
right.
Like
that's
downtown.
That's what people think of.
Yeah. And my mom's like, well, if you're going to live in New York, we'll give you $100 a month, but you got to find a place to live. So I'm like, fuck, either I have to like sleep with somebody and like get a boyfriend, or which I ended up doing and marrying the guy.
Yeah, you're married now.
Literally, my dad was like, his name's Billy. I'm like, Dad, like I can't even get food. He goes, you're on the Billy meal plan now. Like that summer, he goes, that's your meal plan, girl. I was like, okay. But yeah, so I was living uptown, and then I was just interning at this like random bullshit internship, making no money. And then I like ran into some agent at Soho House. I obviously wasn't a member. I was like Beverly Hillbillies.
You were a guest.
Yeah, I was a guest, and like probably wearing the wrong clothes and like whatever. And so I met this agent, and he was like, oh my gosh, have you ever thought about modeling? And I was like, quit school? Yeah, of course. I was like, absolutely I will. And like, he's like, no, I didn't tell you to do that, but okay.
Yeah.
So I literally dropped out of Tulane, moved to New York, was dating the guy who I'm now married to, and that's just how it happened. And then all my sisters would visit me, and they'd be like, oh my God, like this is so fun, this is so cool. So it just, they all copy me basically. So they all came to New York. Yeah.
And now how do your parents feel about it?
They love it. I mean, like, they're just so bored in Louisiana without us because we're so wild and crazy. I mean, we go back a lot for like LSU games and all that kind of stuff.
Do they visit New York?
They come all the time. We have a 2-bed like apartment, and literally my hubby is like, I can't. Like they literally, it's like those families that all pile into one apartment, like 25 people. Like it's like a clown car. Our doormen are like, how many people are sleeping in that apartment? My parents just like stay with us all the time. Kind of sick of them though. I'm like, it's annoying, but it's fun.
Like that's nice.
Yeah, it's fun. Like being from Louisiana, like you guys probably are like sports people. I mean, we're at Barstool Sports, so just assuming.
Yeah.
But like we grew up like LSU football is like our like I don't even know. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Joe Burrow if you want, but
Oh yeah, no, seriously, I know him. He's something. He's a little cutie pie.
yeah. The ladies in this office love Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah, he's amazing. Yeah. Yeah, my sisters
like
have
there's
some stories with Joey.
I feel like there's some underlying
If I'm sensing
tension
some
in the
tone.
room here.
Yeah. There's
Joe
Joe Burrow's name has been
out.
brought up. Yeah. And I'm sweating.
She's probably sweating the most.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he's a lovely guy.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking from my experiences. But, you know, the
You're
sister
married.
things,
You're
yeah.
married.
I'm married. Yeah, exactly. But
Yes.
no, I'm just kidding.
How long have you been married?
For 3 years.
Okay, 3 years.
Yeah.
Love married life?
I mean, it's like no different.
No
Like,
different?
It's just like, you know, I love him and he's amazing, but we just get sick of each other. And I'm like, and I tell him this all the time. I'm like, is this going to be until like I'm 90? Or like, what? Are we going to like, he's like, that's how it works. Like, you weirdo. He's older than me. He's 12 years older or 11 years older. So, you know, he's like, I literally got mad at him last night. He's like, you're remind me of my grandfather. Like, just in the way that he's like, I got to go home.
I got to sit.
We got to get him
to rest.
seated and we
It's
need to get
late.
him water. Yeah, he's like he met us at Zero Bond for an event that started at 10 p.m. And he's like, I'm going to get there at 9:40. And I'm like, it doesn't start till 10. And he's like,
Nobody's
I want
there.
to do it early.
Don't embarrass me. Please don't show up at 9:40.
No, literally, I go stop, and I'm like, "Are there any paps outside?" And he's like, "There's a red carpet. Do you want to do it?" I'm like, "Walk inside." I'm like, "Walk inside." I'm like, "I'll meet you upstairs." Like, not even downstairs. But
It is Fashion Week right now, so I'm sure you're doing a lot of events. You're probably all over the place. I was telling you before we started the interview that Fashion Week like scares the shit out of me.
It just feels very overwhelming.
It's so overwhelming
from where we sit.
Yeah. And I was going to dinner in the city on Friday night, and I was like, oh, I love throwing together a cute outfit. So I was like, what should I wear? And then I was like, you know what? It's Fashion Week. I don't want to look like I'm trying so hard to fit in. So I'm just going to wear a jean skirt and a tank top. Like I was like, I'm just going to go as simple as I can because I don't want people to think that I am trying hard to fit in with all them because I know I don't fit in with all them.
The street style photographers would have snapped you, girl, if you went anything above that.
I just was, I was like, I'm literally just putting on a jean skirt and a tank
Honestly,
top
those are the
walking outta
coolest
here.
people at the shows. Like when I go to the shows and everyone is like, it's just such good people watching. Like I bring my sisters so that we can talk shit and tap each other and be like, like literally we sit there, we're sitting front row and like at a show this week and like the show's about to start, everyone's supposed to be seated and like these girls are like getting up from the front row and like basically standing on the runway and like, will you take a photo of me? I'm like, I don't want to be involved. I'm no, sit.
no.
Like,
I keep seeing that on stories
and
where
it's
people
so
are
embarrassing.
standing in the middle of the runway and I'm
Well,
like,
as the model's
you're
about to come
I'm like,
down.
you're not walking in the show, sit down.
Leave. Like if that was my show, I would be like, hey, girl in the pink, sit the fuck down.
I would tell everyone you need to get to your seats, remain seated, do not get up. Remain seated, do not get up and start taking pictures in the middle of the runway because you're not walking.
Like remain seated. If you're at a show and it's about to start, sit the fuck down. Like I just think it's rude to the designer too because I'm like so secondhand. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. I can't watch this go down. But then I'm like filming it.
Yeah. Do you see some outfits where you're just like, what the hell are they wearing?
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own personal sense of style and everything, and like, but I definitely be judging. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? But the coolest people, like, I have a girlfriend who's a designer, Ronnie Kobo. She's amazing clothes, and she wore like literally like oversized like blazer, pants, and New Balances to this show, like front row, and she looked the coolest. You know, like she didn't
Super
try.
casual.
Yeah, she had like a body chain, sunglasses, literally sneakers, and like everyone is just going all the fuck out, and that's great. I mean, whatever you want to do to, you know, embrace Fashion Week. But I'm just like, I love the people watching, but then after 10 minutes, I'm like, okay, I gotta go get a drink somewhere else at a restaurant. Like I can't stand here. You know?
Yeah. What's the best show you've been to this week?
Honestly,
I guess last week.
This designer, he's like, he just started a brand. He was the creative director for Herve Leger for like 8 years. He's an icon. He started this brand called Akenvas, Aknvas. So cool, like new designer. He's sold an Intermix and I think Net-a-Porter and stuff, but so cool, like just chic. I like stuff that's sexy, but that's fashiony too. Like I can't for the sake of fashion cover up my boobs. Like I'm just like, I feel insecure if I cover them. Like I'm not doing that for fashion, but I'll do other things, you know, like I still have to slut it up a little. And so he has like hot, like, but it's chic, you know?
Yeah.
I just feel like
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, I
like,
do. I get what you're saying.
I don't want to look like a little peplum, like ugly little flower girl. You know what I mean? Like
I know exactly what you mean.
some of it's just a lot. But yeah, you're not missing anything by missing Fashion Week stuff.
Sometimes it feels like, I would actually say in past years it has felt like we were missing something. This year it does not feel like we're missing anything.
No, of all the years, this year was like different to me.
I think it for some reason, and I'm just a bystander, it did seem a lot different, and I think it is like the influencer trend of it, of all of them being invited to every single event. And I get it because these designers want them to sell to the audience, us who are watching, but it's like, oh my God, everyone is there. Every single person is there.
And it is an interesting like changing of the guard. Like there's
it is.
Because if Fashion Week used to be like, you just thought like the models and the designers were there, and the hot and the
editors,
A-list celebrities,
like all the
and
magazine
journalists,
editors,
right?
and
now it's everyone and their mom and their TikTok crew.
Yeah, I was saying
like,
any TikToker.
Yeah,
I can't, and I don't know how to use TikTok, and like all I see is like front row people like, yeah, I can, and I'm like, I'm getting nauseated. Like, I literally
don't worry,
feel...
I made my first TikTok last night, and it was just me saying I made a TikTok.
It's probably going to go viral. It's the dumbest shit that goes viral on TikTok.
That's
my
niche,
TikTok. At least your niche on TikTok isn't your dad being hot. That's my niche. It gets millions of views. People are like, do you need a mommy? Like, people are like, hey, daughter. Like the weirdest comments ever. And like, my dad thinks they're hilarious, and he like can't stop. There's
the
thousands
videos that
of
go
comments.
viral for you are the ones that your dad are in.
They're like hot dad of Instagram. Like he has his own fan pages and stuff. And he works in like Louisiana, like in a bank. And he's like, this is like really weird. People are coming up to me being like, are you the dad? Like we were in Boston and someone goes, please do a meet and greet. Like 40 girls message me, can you please do a meet and greet? And we think it's hilarious.
Oh my God.
Every time
have you been out with your dad?
I got to see what your dad looks like.
On my fucking wedding day, me and my dad are in the elevator holding hands, having a moment. And the elevator opens, this woman goes, y'all are the most beautiful couple, and your kids are going to be stunning. Your kids are going to be stunning. No, look at my dad on TikTok.
Okay,
that's really bad.
And I was like, and my dad was
How
like,
old's
this
your
is my
dad?
beautiful daughter. Well, he's like 49.
Oh my God, you have a young dad.
Yeah, and my mom's beautiful, but like my mom gets so offended by the comments. Like this woman commented, who is this man and why isn't he in my drawers?
Is it on your TikTok?
It's on my TikTok. Okay. And so my dad made us like make a TikTok and then delete it because he's like, I don't want to like get in trouble, of like a trundle bed. We put him in the drawer and he's like, are these your drawers? Like, and he came out of the drawer. God. He like loves to play with his little fans.
That's amazing. Wait, can I
find it? It's pinned. Yeah. So
I'm not looking at this one. This one is which one's her husband and which one's her dad.
They look the exact same age.
He's got a good head of hair.
No, he's like,
have a really thick head of hair.
Yeah.
Really good
he did
hair.
Rogaine. He was balding.
I'm actually.
He did Rogaine.
He did Rogaine.
I'm not kidding.
For all those people out there,
he really looks like one of my guy friends, and it's freaking me out.
This is the one that like really popped off.
That's her dad.
Yes.
I mean, well, that's lighting. There's some lighting going on there where he like looks 27.
Yeah, your dad looks a lot younger.
Everyone's
and he's wearing a hoodie with a jacket. And that's like
that's the style.
Yeah.
And he's like, everyone's like, bestie, your dad is like hotter than your man. And I'm like, no, he isn't. Like, that's disgusting.
And then you're also like, I can't say that. Like, that's my father and my husband.
So I'm not going to get into this argument. Yeah, I'm like, but anytime.
Let's not even dissect that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't want to know what you mean by that. Anytime
that
like,
one has 1.8
he always
million
takes
views.
He always takes us to New York for like our 16th birthday trip. That was the only other time any of us had ever been in New York. We stayed in Times Square. All we do is go to dinner with our dad, go to plays, go to shows. It happened to my sister who's here. It happened to me. Everyone was bringing us like desserts, champagne, like your New York trip together, you beautiful couple. Like I was 16 years old. They thought that my dad was my husband. Oh my
God.
Well, it was also weird.
Did you look older as a 16-year-old?
Yeah, like I was like developed and like all that. But like it was just
There's just some people
weird.
look older when they're like
16. Yes. I mean the 16-year-olds now are like prettier than everyone.
Yeah,
like,
that is
y'all are so fired.
That
I hate
is correct.
this.
That is
it's
correct.
The whole TikTok thing is crazy though to me because it's like every brand is like you said, like it used to be on the billboards, like all of my supermodel icons. I mean, it still is in a way for the fashion brands, but then also now it's like these TikTokers like are doing all
taking
the
over.
Totally
campaigns.
different. Yep.
Just we got to get on it. We got to get back on TikTok.
Yeah,
you made your first
future.
one. Yeah, you got to just find your niche.
I know.
Should just post clips from
mine is
unfortunately,
dancing
my
in the
niche
bathroom.
is like,
and I call it "Welcome to the Girls' Room," and for some reason they go
That's what
viral
they-
every
they-
time.
Oh
and
my
I
God,
just
I
don't
love
know
that.
why. It's
Hers
just
are really
on your
good.
personal one.
Yeah, just literally.
That's fun.
I say it's called "Welcome to the Girls' Room," and then I just have people in here and bring them to the bathroom, and we just
Everybody
dance.
like dances.
That's so
and
fun. We
lip
should do
syncs.
that.
Yeah.
I want to
That's
do
fun.
one. I love that.
My niche is like book TikTok, which is really
Is
not
that
going
the
to
side
pop
of TikTok
off.
you're on? Book TikTok?
Yeah.
I am certainly not.
I'm not on that
TikTok.
one. Yep.
I wish I was, but I'm not.
I'm on Corn, the Corn Boy.
Oh yes, yeah. Well, I'm on that. I'm on. I get I get a lot of beauty because I just watch like a ton of the beauty TikTokers,
they're
which I
addicting.
love. Yeah, they're so addicting. And I'm like animal. Like I get dog.
You were on the
I'm
opposite
dog
side of TikTok.
Same.
as me.
I am on a
Raunchy?
I'm on like an all mixture kind of TikTok. Sometimes it's like it really gets in your head.
Oh,
you know
I
what
get people
I mean?
like rescuing puppies off the side of the road.
Some are
Like, that's
depressing.
where I am.
Sometimes I get into depression TikTok, and
yeah,
it's
and I'm like, I don't
the
wanna be
saddest
here.
shit. Yeah, I'm like, new FYP, please.
I have
you know what I
so
started
many
to
different
get?
things going on my TikTok. I don't have a certain like.
I started
love
to
the
get
book TikTok.
sober TikTok, which let me tell you something. I was like, why am I getting this? I don't want this because it's all these, and I mean, good for them. I'm happy
Right.
for their journey, but it's like these people who have these pictures and videos of them when they were drinking a lot, and then it cuts to them now, and it's like 4 years later, and they look
glowy and amazing.
like so amazing, and I'm like, fuck.
I'm on that side, but heroin. I'm serious. Like the people that literally are like homeless and they're like doing heroin, and like the ladies that are like, this is me before and after. And I'm like, why is this every TikTok? I've never done heroin.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to. It's all like, I put the needle away and I'm
They're
like,
trying to get you.
yeah, I'm
Wow.
like, should I do it? No, just kidding. No. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't even smoke weed. Like I don't do drugs. I was like, I drink for sure. But I was like, how do I
I don't
get
know
off
how.
of this?
I really don't know how it happens sometimes. Where it's like, wow.
Well, now
it's a
we're all
mixed
going to be on
message.
heroin talk.
No, we
because
are.
talked
because
about
we're talking
it.
about
Yeah.
Anytime I talk about something, it's on my TikTok immediately when I open
It's the scariest
it.
thing.
It's very scary.
Even when I think something, I swear I'm like, wait, and I won't tell a
Wait.
soul.
Has
So this
the
is
girl
so-
I said come up on your TikTok yet?
I didn't look at TikTok after
Oh,
the
I
last
bet.
night. But this is so weird. I saw, I was driving in the city 2 days ago, and I saw a sign that said men working. And I was alone, and the sign said men working. And in my head, I thought, oh, that would be a funny TikTok, me filming that sign, men working, and then saying,
and you thought it, you didn't
and I
say
said,
it.
And I said, in my head, I was like, and then saying like, that's how it should be. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
And then I was on my TikTok that night, and a very similar TikTok came up with a sign that said men working, and I was like, nobody was in the car with me.
I don't know how
I
they
just
do it.
thought
It's so
this in my
scary.
head.
So
It
scary.
really freaked me out. I actually think that like
I think we have
really
chips
weird.
in our brains
No,
or something. 'Cause,
it-
like,
Probably.
and also, I'll
It's
like
weird.
I'll like meet a girl or like someone like out, literally like random girl, like at Due West or wherever I am, and like her page will pop up on my TikTok, and she has like 1,000 followers. And I wouldn't even like exchange information or introduce
Yeah, yeah,
myself.
yeah.
Like,
That's happened to
and,
me
and her
too.
face, and then I'm like, whoa, I just saw this
yeah,
girl.
Yeah.
That's so.
It's so freaking weird. They're
so
spying
bizarre.
on us.
It is really
They're
bizarre.
probably up in that like little corner right
I
now.
know.
They're all
Honestly,
around us.
probably.
They're just like ghosts.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so scary.
Okay, so we are obviously, we talk major pop culture celebs on this show, and I'm curious because you've been in the modeling world for long enough. You go to these cool events, all these what seems to us so fun. What's your craziest celebrity encounter story? You gotta have one.
Oh, I have tons.
Yeah.
Which one should I say though? This is tough. Which one should I say? Do I have to name the celebrity, or can I tell a wild
You
story?
could give a hint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's this like actor who's very famous, and he's been around for a long time.
Yep.
And when I like first got to New York, he's like all over the scene with models and all that stuff, whatever. And he, I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to. And he was like, oh, you're from Louisiana. Like, I filmed a movie there, like, chatting me up, whatever. I'm like thinking nothing of it. I'm at the time dating my man. So, like, obviously I'm not like up for grabs. And he's like, oh, yeah, like, you know, we're all going up to my room, like the whole crew, to then pregame and go to the next spot. I'm like, okay. So I go up to the room, and then like people start to kind of fall off from I'm like, wait, where's everyone going? I'm like, this is so weird. I was like 19. And he opens the door, and there's 3 naked girls, 2 of which I know. And I'm like, oh, actually, I have an event to go to. And I literally turn around and run out. I'm like, they're just standing there. And I make eye contact. 2 of them I know and was working with 2 days after that on set. And I was like, oh my God.
Is that acknowledged, or is it just we're going to pretend like that didn't even happen?
It was acknowledged by one. It was acknowledged by one. She's like, well, I had a crazy night the other night. That was so funny.
Yeah.
I literally didn't even enter the room. I looked and I was like,
honestly, we don't even have to talk about it.
Yeah, I was like, babe, you look great. I was like, everything looks great. You have fun. But like,
you have it together.
Yeah, you've got it going on, girl. Do it. And then like I see this guy. I mean, he's all over the scene. It's like, and I mean, I didn't even walk in the room, and he could give a shit like that I didn't do it, because it's like he gets whoever he wants. So he's like, hey, how are you? Yeah. I'm like, I'm good. How are you? He's like, everything's good with work. I'm like, it's great. What about you? It's just like awkward, you know? Yeah. But that happens a lot. I feel like there's like a lot of guys who date like multiple models at the same time, like celebrity guys.
Like they're okay. The girls are okay with it.
They don't care. Like, and then you tell them, and they're like, oh.
Yeah. They're like,
I'm like,
I don't even want to hear.
Get your bag, sis. Yeah.
Right.
I'm like, get something out of it at least.
They're just like, at least I got to spend one night with him, I guess.
Yeah, but like, who cares? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just so weird. I don't know. I don't get it.
I'm sure there's so many
these
wild
girls
stories.
Are single. My 3 sisters. So
I'm
the
sure
celebrities that come on to me or hit me up, I'm like, I have 3 sisters. I tell everybody that. And as long as they're like a good candidate and they're like, send me the photos. I should have like a PDF
I'm
now
married,
with like bios.
I'm married, but I have 3 sisters.
3 sisters. Yeah. I'm like, they're not me, but they're
we're related.
Yeah. Like literally in order. I'll order them and I'll put no. She's definitely she's up there.
They're not me, fun. But you know, you could be my brother-in-law, which would be cool.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, we could go on vacations together. Like, you see each other in swimsuits.
That's hilarious.
See me in bikini still. No, but yeah, I mean, who knows who they'll end up with. It's just like really funny when we all get together, like the parents, the sisters. Actually, can I tell this story? It's really funny, really quickly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So great. My sister here had a yeast infection, and she
was like, "Can I tell this story? I'm going to tell it anyway."
And she's going to kill me. And
everybody
2
gets
things.
them.
So she had
it's
one.
Natural.
She had one like a year and a half ago.
Podcast.
Yeah, it's all about women empowerment.
Yeah,
she had one like a year and a half ago, and I train at Gotham Gym with a lot of celebrities. The Hadids go there, Kendall, everyone, and Lil Uzi works out there, and I become friends with him. My most random friendship of all time with Uzi.
I love him.
And he's the best. He's so nice. He grabs my phone. She's at college at the time at Georgia in her like dorm room with her girlfriends who all love Lil Uzi, and he's like, babe, let me tell you exactly what you need to get from CVS. My girl gets these all the time. He talks to her for 25 minutes about her like yeast infection, and all her friends, he's detailing what she needs to buy.
That is unreal.
And all her friends are literally behind the phone like, what the fuck is going on?
That is so funny.
And she's like, okay, Uzi, like, and he's like, bitch, I know it sucks, but like he's telling her like all the stuff. So that was the first one. Then
you're not ashamed of the yeast infection because you're like,
it's cool.
It was cool.
But then all of a sudden now
Uzi thinks it's cool.
Now it's such a good story though that unfortunately like you want to tell everyone the story. So to be like, okay, so I got to start off by saying, I had a yeast infection,
but just wait.
But
just wait.
It was cured by Lil Uzi.
Lil Uzi cured my yeast infection. Should be your Instagram bio.
Yeah, exactly. And like he was so funny about it. And then the most recent one was a UTI, not a yeast infection. And she got a UTI, and my dad was like, so then she ended up getting a kidney infection a couple days ago, went to the hospital.
Oh, those are the worst.
And she's like, my back, like, she's like, oh my God.
That happened to me.
So she's like, everyone's been there. So my dad like is like, Gracie Ann is like, in the hospital, like he calls me and he's like, I'm like, oh my gosh, she okay? He's like, yeah, she had a UTI. Yeah, Gracie Ann. We all have double names.
Oh, Gracie Ann.
Gracie Ann, Mary Holland. Yeah. Oh, she's not gonna make it.
Yeah. Gracie Ann.
Sweet Gracie Ann.
Yeah, my sweet little girl. Yeah. So she's in the hospital and he's like, she's got a UTI. And I go, Jesus. I go, when are your daughters going to learn to pee after sex? And he goes, what are you talking about? I go, that's how you get a UTI. He goes, what do you mean? I go, you get a UTI from not peeing after you have sex. He goes, I mean, but I've had them. I go, well.
Yeah.
And he goes, and he's like, okay, I have to go. And I was like, he's probably like on his desktop, like, how do you get UTIs?
He's like, I gotta talk to mom about this.
He's like, but I've had it. I'm like, have you had
He's like,
sex?
how has mom never told me this?
Yeah, literally, mom. He calls our mom too, which is probably his other thing too.
Yeah.
Mom's like, ask dad.
Oh, parents,
I'm like,
yeah,
it's so weird.
That is so
But
funny.
yeah, it's sorry to talk about your vaginal problems.
No, but those are amazing stories, so they needed to be said. One thing to end on, which Fran brought up, can we do a fuck, marry, kill?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hypothetical,
It's
of
a
course.
hypothetical.
Yeah,
You're
of
married.
course.
We're also we're in long-term relationships
Yeah.
as well.
So-
Oh, you are? Okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
this is for fun. I like
Yeah,
this.
It's fun, and it's my go-to.
I love this game.
Okay. It's Vince Vaughn, Jason Sudeikis, and Ben Stiller.
This is her funny.
Yeah. I would kill Ben Stiller.
This is her funny
So
guy.
I feel like I said that before. I was like, I think Ben Stiller is becoming the obvious kill, and so
sure. You
may have to mix in
I think
another
I need
funny
to like
guy.
put in another one, like Vince Vaughn,
Maybe
Jason
you need
Sudeikis,
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Okay.
Paul Rudd's good. Can we replace Ben
Yeah, we'll
Stiller
do
with him?
Jason Sudeikis, Vince Vaughn, and Paul Rudd because I do think Ben Stiller is becoming the obvious kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's everyone. I mean, I forgot about him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
said that from Night at the Museum. Is that who you're referring to?
Yeah, but oh my god, he said so many other funny things.
He's funny. Okay, so I guess I would marry Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I would kill Vince Vaughn. He annoys me.
Yeah.
And I guess I would. Who did I fuck?
Jason Sudeikis.
Jason Sudeikis. And then I guess I would marry. Oh wait, I fucked.
You said marry Paul Rudd.
Oh, marry Paul Rudd.
Kill Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, marry Jason Sudeikis. Yeah. What would you do?
I think it changes all the time, depending because
Yeah.
Jason Sudeikis has gone
Vince
up the
Vaughn's
ranks.
my kill.
Jason
for
Sudeikis.
sure.
Vince Vaughn's your kill.
Vince Vaughn's my kill.
I
for sure.
think I would. In this one, I would kill Vince Vaughn. I think because when you throw Paul Rudd in, like he's so funny and
Yeah.
great. But I do love Vince Vaughn, so it's kind of hard. But Jason Sudeikis has now shot up the rankings.
Yeah, he has. He's major.
Yeah. I think I would.
I think I'm gonna marry Jason Sudeikis, fuck Vince Vaughn, and kill Paul Rudd. I don't know how I
What?
got there,
Oh
but yes.
my
Paul
god!
Rudd?
You're gonna kill Paul Rudd?
Don't tell him.
You would
Oh
fuck Vince
my
Vaughn?
god! I'm
over Paul
wow.
Rudd. I think so.
We might. I don't think we can put this interview out anymore.
No, I
we
mean
can't be
Vince
killing
Vaughn.
Paul. We can't be killing Paul
like
Rudd.
like Vince Vaughn, like
He'd make you laugh
Years
and
ago.
like, yeah, haha,
like not Vince
yeah.
Vaughn now.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, ooh.
No. If
I
we
get
can go
it.
back in time.
Okay, and then we do one more. Our other go-to is the Chris's. Chris Evans.
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth. Chris Pine.
I would kill Chris Pine. I would marry Chris Hemsworth. And who was the other Chris?
Chris
name?
Evans.
Oh.
Captain America.
Oh, wait, hold
Yeah.
on. I think I would
a tough
marry
one.
Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Same. Marry
And I
Chris
would
Evans.
fuck
Hemsworth.
Hemsworth.
Yeah,
And
kill
then
Chris Pine. I think that one's an easy one.
Yeah.
that one
Yeah.
is like the Hemsworths. And also, I can't. Like Captain America. It's, yeah. He's a.
Chris
he's-
Evans
Yeah.
is the number one.
I guess I
Chris.
can't really say Chris Hemsworth after I just said
You
in
just
that
said you
video
wanted
that
him to
I
be
would
his
want him
dad.
to be my celebrity
and I
dad.
and then
Stop.
I said, so you want to have sex with your dad? Because
Yeah.
it's Chris Hemsworth.
Right.
But he's just such a cute dad. Like he takes his
He
kids
is really
to
cute.
karate lessons and they're surfing in Australia.
dad that's
I'm like,
to
oh,
be your
it
husband.
would
To be your
husband.
Yeah. Good
This
point.
is getting
be the-
very
good
me
point.
and
To
like
be
my
the-
dad.
To be
like,
the dad of
Good
your
point.
kids,
yeah.
not your
not
dad.
your dad. Yeah,
Fair. Fair.
Because you're like, he's such a cute dad means you like watching him as a dad.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. Valid.
Yeah.
You should make that your TikTok thing, the fucking your dad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll go over
it goes
really well.
crazy.
I'd
It goes crazy.
imagine that corner of TikTok is pretty dark.
Yeah.
It's dark, yeah. I mean, and I get the comments like, "Oh, she's from Louisiana. No wonder she posts her hot dad." And then you post him too much, and it's like, you want us to think he's hot. I'm like, I can't.
You can't win.
No, just trying to keep up with these
Yeah.
12-year-olds.
And
Yeah,
thank God
exactly.
Lil Uzi cured your sister's yeast
Oh
infection.
my god! Literally, Dr. Ooze, Dr.
Dr.
Ooze.
Ooze.
So let's show your face so we can
Not,
see.
not
Can you-
Dr.
can you be
Oz.
revealed?
Yeah, go stand next to her. Not Dr. Oz, Dr. Ooze.
Dr.
You
Ooze.
suffer from a yeast
That's unbelievable. I think we have to end it like that.
Yep, that's it.
That's
That's
it.
it.
That was so perfect.
gosh.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys are
You're
amazing.
amazing.
So
I
we're
want to
gonna all
hang out
hang.
with you and your
Yeah.
family really bad.
No, you're going to. The family, I'll text you when Dad's in town.
Okay, perfect.
We'll go to
family
Times,
dinner,
we'll go to Times
please.
Square. We'll talk yeast infections, UTIs.
Yeah.
We'll take
FaceTime
We'll take
Lucy.
Hampton.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Oh my God, I
Thank
love it.
you
You guys
so
are
much.
awesome.
So
Thank
much
you.
fun.
Nice to meet y'all.